Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's go.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Well. Happy Wednesday to everyone here and across the world, live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. You are tuning in live today, and I want to thank everyone who is tapping in on Alexa, the iOS Android app, Streama, MyTuner, radio.com, Live Radio FM, 200 countries and counting. I have with me my lovely new co-host, Anna Maria Kovacs. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you? How the way you just made it sound like with my name, like wow, so elegant. I love it.
So like maybe a little bit of getting ready for reality TV here.
Like maybe like what was it, the Met Gala? But you made it better, so yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing? We end up attending the Met Gala together. I have a strong feeling. And now let me tell you something. I want you to let everyone know that's listening here. You are radio ready. You have a background in radio. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, let me see. A friend of mine who was actually my DJ for when I was married at the time, he did radio, and I don't know, he asked me to guest star one time, and he loved how the way I sound. He's like, you know what, maybe you should just be my co-host. I was like, okay. And then we've done, I don't know how many early morning radio shows, and it was just so much fun, and we just had laughs and just attended events together. I had such an amazing time, and then COVID happened, and then the rest is kind of like, but it's so good to be back, and I felt like I never left, honestly. But now I got a new I got a new host with me, so yay!
And what channel was that on? What were you on again?
It was Gold 97.1 here in Mentor, Ohio.
FM?
Yeah. Yes.
Not bad. Now, were you just basically, you weren't interning, you were on there assisting with co-hosting, getting the experience like you are now?
Yes, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, was it going to turn into a paid job? Was it going to what was it going to go into?
Really, I mean, I was just there for the fun and the experience, because I guess like you, he just needed a female co-host, and I just did it for the fun of it. And then who knows what it might have led to. So, I just, I just did it for fun, and that was it. And it just didn't feel like a job. It felt like home, in my opinion. So I loved it.
Well, we are happy to have you here on Power 98.5. I want to thank you very much for bringing your very good friend, Stan the Man Martyniouk, to be interviewed today. We were going to have Fames, however, he needed to reschedule. We will be bringing him on very soon. He's a bare knuckle fighter, and Anna was doing a really good job. She never knew anything about bare knuckle fighting, did you?
No, I didn't. I think like when I saw some of his photos, it just seeing, like, I don't know, it just made my knuckles like swell just by looking at the photos. I was like, I didn't even know anything like this existed. And so I was just like, okay, because I'm so used to the MMA or UFC or boxing, because that's like all I ever grew up with. But then bare knuckle, I was like, what? So, but no, he's like really talented, and I can't wait to interview him and I have so many questions for him and be like, so it's interesting.
Well, and we're not even going to have this as a fill-in. Stan's not a fill-in. Stan is an accomplished professional boxer. I'm not even, it says here, okay, Stan the Man Martyniouk was a decorated amateur boxer. I'm removing and deleting the word amateur. He deserves better than that word. It's not worthy.
I agree.
He is not amateur. Whoever wrote that should have dog shit thrown at them. He is a decorated professional boxer who compiled over 100 wins and was ranked number 2 in the country. That's impressive. Martyniouk turned professional in 2007 and compiled a record of 20-3, 6 knockouts. He has served as a main sparring partner for some of the best fighters in the world, including Manny Pacquiao. Did I say that? Pacquiao, right? Pacquiao. Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, Andre Berto, and Robert Guerrero. He still has his eyes set on climbing up the rankings and winning a world title. And we are staying tuned. So with us today, we have our special guest, Stan the Man Martyniouk. How are you, Stan?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're excited you're here. And you got that to where I want the word amateur taken out and professional put in its place.
Yeah, I was an amateur boxer. I represented the USA team in the amateurs. I was number 2 ranked in the country, but now I'm a professional. I've been a professional for about since 2008, I guess you would say. I don't know how many years that is. 13 years.
And you look young.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 36. I'm 36 years old. I'm not going to be boxing too much longer, maybe for a couple more years, but I take care of my body. I take, I eat right, take my vitamins, and try to live a good life.
What's the journey?
And a healthy life.
What's the journey been like for you two? How long have you guys known each other?
I would say 2012 we've known each other. 14. Okay, so we've known each other for about 7 years, and I don't even know how we honestly met. I think it was because the same interests, he's a fighter. I was into the fighting world. I used to do events through the MMA world at the time, and I don't know. I think it just popped up as suggestion of people that you might know, and he popped up, and then we just had such an amazing conversation, and we've been good friends for ever since. And honestly, believe it or not, we might be in our 30s, but we act like kids. We probably do so many weird TikToks together. And he's the only person I will ever duet TikToks with. I don't want to do it with anybody else. So, because I'm just so comfortable with him.
I've seen some of the videos of you, Stan, on your Instagram, and they're very interesting, but they suit your personality.
Thank you.
Yes.
So what are the goals that you have for yourself? Are you teaching boxing right now, strength training and conditioning? Where are you at after these incredible accolades?
That is correct. I'm slowly building my my business is called STM Boxing and Fitness. I'm little by little expanding it, and I'm very well known out here in California. So slowly growing and getting more clients, and I've worked with a few UFC fighters as well. They always call me to help them with the boxing, the stand-up, so I help them out with that as well. So I help the boxers, and I also help out the UFC fighters.
What is your main goal in life? Now, I consider you, just like Anna said, young. Did you ever think of getting into television? Do you want to do sports hosting? I mean, there's something bigger and larger out there for you. Maybe stunt getting in a film.
I would love to be to act. You know, I always wanted to do that. I've done a few acting gigs, small roles, but you know, I don't have an agent. I don't know how to get an agent, but if I could, I love acting. I'm not shy on camera. I'm very comfortable, and yeah, I could put on a show.
How tall are you?
I'm
5'10".
Okay, what were you about to say, Anna?
No, he looks like a model. Like, I don't know, like he could be the face of like, I don't know, the GQ or something. I mean, he's like amazing with in front of the camera. Like,
Stan's
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
really
Tom,
natural on camera.
you got a Tom
What?
Hardy vibe to you. You do, Tom Hardy. That's what I see.
Yeah, I see that. Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal from what was that movie? Southpaw. I could see more of that.
God, really?
Oh,
Jay,
yeah.
really? Okay.
I said body. I love Southpaw. Okay, I can't get enough of Jake. Okay, so
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I got a good personality. I'm not shy. You know, I'm very outgoing and very positive. So yeah.
Where are you originally from, Stan? Because you do not have a Northern California or California accent.
So I was born in Tallinn, Estonia. My first language was Russian, and it's a pretty interesting story. Back then, it was the former Soviet Union. I was born in 1985, and at the time, the Soviet Union was breaking apart. So my parents had me and my brother when we were young, and you know, I had young parents, and they wanted to take us away from all the crazy stuff that was going on. So they bought tickets to Peru. They knew the plane was going to stop in Canada. They made some contacts out there. And when the plane stopped in Canada to get fuel, we got out of the plane. We stayed in Canada. And we were in Canada for about 3 years. And after that, we weren't granted a citizenship in Canada. So we ended up migrating to the U.S. Now, my dad used to do kickboxing, professional kickboxing. And he wanted to train with Dennis Alexio here. Dennis Alexio was in Sacramento, California. He also starred in the movie Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know if anybody saw that movie, but
oh yeah.
So we ended up taking a bus from Vermont to New York, and from New York all the way down to California to Sacramento.
Damn.
The longest bus ride I've ever been on.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. My butt would be hurting. Be like, I need a stretch.
Yeah. Well, you know, we started from the bottom, worked our ways up to the top.
That's right.
Do you feel that you've acclimated living here in the United States? Do you really feel that you've created a strong identity in who you are and loving it?
100%. You know, I came out here or to Canada when I was 5 and to the U.S. when I was 8. So I pretty much went to elementary, junior high, and high school, you know, in California. I grew up here and feel like this is home.
Good.
Tell us-
Can you still speak Russian or anything like that, or no?
Yeah, I still speak Russian fluently.
Okay.
Give us something in Russian.
Привет, как дела? Меня зовут Stan.
Now, what
Я не знаю, что еще сказать.
What did you just say?
I said, hi, how are you? My name is Stan. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I thought you had said, I love Power 98.5, and Stephen and Anna are two of the most amazing people in the entire world.
I could say that too.
Okay,
Say it.
Go ahead.
Мне очень нравится Power 98.5. И мне нравится говорить с Anna из... What's your name? Again?
Stephen.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I lost you guys for a second.
So it's Stephen.
And Steven, yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
No, I like that.
I like that. That's like, you know, yeah, you might have to use that on the ladies or something. Because I don't know I will say this, a woman, when she hears like another language from a really gorgeous man, that's like music to their ears or something. It's very true.
Are you saying I'm gorgeous?
Never said you weren't, but you know.
Thank you for the compliment.
Of course,
Ooh.
absolutely. Oh my God.
It sounds as a little bit as if there's been a history of some fancy, little bit of a crush going on around here.
Oh my God.
Are you saying, Stan, you have a crush or you had a crush on Anna?
Oh my God.
Sure, we could say that.
Okay, see, I'm not stupid. I can hear these things very clearly.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, the feeling is mutual, but I'm so grateful for, Stan being a big part of my life. I mean, he and I, like I said, go way back, and we've been through a lot together, through the good and the bad. Like, he was there for me when I was going through my divorce. I was there for him when he went through his like losses and fights, and we've been very like supportive, and I honestly can't thank him enough. So, I'm blessed to have Stan.
Those are the type of friendships and relationships that are the most powerful in a world that usually turn out to be something that you least expect. And I'm sure, and would love both of your opinions on this, is do you believe it's factual that normally the person that you would fall in love with, that you would feel safest with, is the person that has given you the opportunity and the ability to see every single layer of who you are, what the world does not see? Like you said, Anna, Stan was there for the divorce. You were there for Stan for things. I find that to be very beautiful because I'm not here joking when I say this. It just really was unexpected to hear how vulnerable Stan was being, because situations or moments like this is what really is a lost commodity when it comes to human courtship and friendship. So I want to say, for what it's worth, no matter what your personal business is your personal business, but just to know and to hear the love and the respect from both of you is absolutely profound. And it's something that many people in this world, if not the majority of everybody, is missing out on life, is to be like, holy shit, this person was with me through this and that. This person tolerated this and that. This person never judged me. This person stuck around. This person knows who I am behind the veil of social media. That's strong. And you two are very blessed for having this friendship. And I hope it sticks with you and stays with you for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, we haven't killed each other yet, so it looks like it's still going strong. What do you think, Stan?
Well, I would say this to a lot of people, in life, you got to always take risks. There's a lot of people who are scared to do anything or get out of their comfort zone, right? So how I like to live life is I like to take risks. Like, if you fail, you fail, but doesn't mean you fail in life. It was just one thing you might fail, but you'll get an opportunity or another door that might open for you to do something else, right? So in life, you always want to take risks, and you never know what could happen. Where life is going to take you to. So, you'll meet interesting people. I traveled the world, and you'll definitely meet a lot of people, interesting people, and you'll build confidence that way as well. So, never feel shy about taking risks in life.
What's been your best accomplishment, Stan?
My best accomplishment. That's an open-ended question. I guess, educating myself and taking care of my body, traveling the world. I haven't really, personally, I haven't really accomplished my goals yet, which I want to accomplish. But, I've done a lot of things. It's hard for me to name just one.
Any thoughts, Anna?
What about a bucket list? Is there anything you need to check off on your bucket list?
That's a really good one.
You know, one thing I always wanted to do in life, but I'm very iffy about doing it is skydiving. I always wanted to skydive, but man,
We're
to me,
doing it. We're gonna do it when I visit.
to me, that's like one thing. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, if I
I
do that, I feel like I'm gonna be able to accomplish anything in life.
I honestly went skydiving for the first time in, what was it, a couple of years ago, and I think you even said something about it. And I will say this: it was probably the best feeling because it's like an adrenaline. Like once you put your foot out of the foot like stool or something like that, like when you're out the plane, you're like, oh my gosh. But then once you make that jump, it's just like I never felt so free. And then once the parachute went off, and and everything starts to slow down, and you just see like all the trees and all the land and everything, just how beautiful it is up there, and you're just like, it's such an amazing feeling. And I remembered when before I had to go skydiving, there was a guy, he lost a bet. He lost a bet, and he was deathly afraid of heights. So his wife is like down there with me and my one buddy Billy, who went skydiving with me. And once he came down, he jumped off. He said that was the best thing he's ever done, and he did not want to do it. But if he can do it, I guarantee you can do it.
That's my goal. One of my goals right there.
Well, when I visit you, we are gonna sign you up. Don't worry.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it first, right?
All right, fine. One baby steps, I guess. Well,
baby steps.
Stan, you can do it. Trust me.
He can do it.
He can do it.
Have you done it, Steve?
No, but I do want to.
It's honestly a great feeling. It's like once you've done it, it's like that's it. You're like, wow, that's it. Like, yeah.
You want to know why?
Feeling.
You want to know why? I'm sorry, and I'm going to interject.
No.
Because in my career, in my business, I'm always the A type. I'm always in control. I'm accustomed to be that Aries, that leader all the time. And with skydiving, I feel it's something that will completely take me out of control. I don't know if I will piss my pants. I don't know if I will fart uncontrollably, be out of nerves. I have no fucking idea what I will end up doing. But I will tell you that I hope I don't shit. But I will tell you this. I do want to do it because I feel that it will give me the closest to the freedom of just being free and not caring.
Yep, that's what I did. And like I told you both, it's the best feeling. My next one now, since I'm going to be going to Cancun in November, is swim with the sharks.
Ooh. Wait, who?
Here's your next one, Anna. So I went to the Joe Rogan stand-up Friday night, right?
I saw that.
So check this out. He was talking a lot of things. I was waiting. There wasn't a lot that he spoke about, but he did speak on one thing when he met up with Elon Musk. He said Elon Musk is building an oxygen on Mars, and he said that there's going to be a spaceship that's going to launch. That will, with 4 people in a spaceship, that will take about 6 months for them to get to Mars, and then they'll be on Mars in that oxygen environment. They'll walk around and feel like they're on Earth, but just on Mars. Well, that should be your next goal, Anna, right there, is to get on a spaceship.
Well, I'm not going alone.
6 months all the way to Mars.
Okay, well, you're coming with me, so I'm not going alone. I need somebody that I know. Otherwise,
let me get through skydiving first.
All right, fine. I think you can handle being on a spaceship. It's not like we're going skydiving. We're going like in a ship. So,
you're going outside of Earth. That's a completely different.
It's like Total Recall, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was an awesome. They don't make movies like that anymore. Man, we're old.
Oh my God. Nowhere near it. We've had the
I
best.
feel
Listen, we've had the best life. You want to know why? Because we could go to the club, we could go to the bar, we could be silly, we could do it. No one would fucking videotape. I mean, my God, if you wanted to go into the bathroom and fucking smoke a joint, you could do it, and no one would be there videotaping. No one's got privacy anymore. How the hell can you enjoy
That's
doing
true.
anything?
yeah, that's true. I mean, like back then, we didn't have cell phones, but we like the girls though. I remember we would have those like little cameras, and then we would just. It was like the Hangover where you're taking so many pictures and then you save it, and so. But that's all we. That was before cell phones.
Mm.
I was like, oh man, but I agree. Like, oh man.
Like literally.
Now I just feel.
Let me tell you something, Stan and Anna. I miss going to a club and dancing, but I'm going to tell you this. I have a very hard time going out anymore and letting loose, because when I let loose, it's on. But then I worry about what motherfucker is going to pull out a cell phone, think they're a CNN journalist, and they're going to want to tape it. And that's the biggest thing I learned when I lived in Vegas. I remember these two girls who worked for Xerox, where I was out partying with a couple of my friends. These two girls the one got trashed. She was doing splits on the floor. I mean, we're talking like the floor was filthy. It was disgusting. Spilt drinks all over. And I said to her friend, I go, you need to get your friend here. I mean, she could run the risk of, anything happening. This is Vegas. But while this girl was showing, like not purposely, but she was falling over, her underwear was showing. I mean, some guys were coming up, they were getting touchy-feely, and I went over and I was like, okay, her fucking best friend can't do this. I walked over and said, listen, you're attracting bad attention. There are some guys here that are looking at you that should not be looking at you in a way that they're looking at. I said, you need to calm down. You need to take a breath and take a seat. She did do this. I, got her some water and stuff like that. But it's incredible. It's like, now, you've got to be mindful and cautious of what you're doing when you're going out. But these people who are watching and taping, and some that are facilitating, which I see or saw or interpreted as almost leading into maybe thoughts of attempted rape. This is dangerous. And these motherfuckers are too worried about thinking they're a CNN reporter. Take action, protect each other, be mindful of one another that's going on. Don't tape. Help a person sit down, get them some water. Maybe go and get a bouncer or the owner or whoever it is and say, can you get them a cab and make sure that they are, escorted or whatever, or chaperone to the taxi, to the Uber. So, I'm sure you guys probably know back in the day, like it was different, but now it's like, there's no safety.
No, there really isn't. I mean,
It's not only that, but there's a lot of things that changed, like how we grew up. Remember, we used to go to movie theaters, right? We used to plan on going to movie theaters on the weekend. It was big. Now all the movies are shown on HBO Max, or you just buy it on your TV, right? Also, let's say for dating wise, back then we had to take risks. We had to walk up to the girl and ask her out. Now they have all these dating apps online where you just message a girl and that's it, and you FaceTime or whatever, and you meet the girl through your phone, not in real person, not in real life. So back then we should take risks, and if we wanted to ask somebody out or anything like that, we had to go up in person and ask them out.
I agree 100%. I mean, even like I tell people I am so old school. Like I don't like to text unless I'm at work or something. Like if you need someone to talk to. But when it comes to like one-on-one conversation, it's like I'd rather talk to you on the phone, just because that way you can hear their expressions and you can get that vibe. And then once that clicks, then okay, now I want to meet you in person. And, I don't really, I hate the dating apps. It's so overwhelming. I don't like social media that's almost like a dating app too. It's like, because, they see, let's just say, just if I posted a picture of me with a dog, all of a sudden now I'm getting flooded with messages like, will you have my babies? I'm like, who are you? Like, what? Just because I just posted me and a dog? Are you kidding me? It's like, it's sad and it's sick, and I'm just like, oh, whatever happened to the good old days where I miss written messages, like handwritten messages where the guy actually took the time because he put a lot of thought into it, or he just gave you a rose just because. Nobody, I don't know what happened to this generation, and it really makes me sad. And you know, like I don't know. That's all I have to say about that.
One step further. Uh, let's go back to UFC or boxing, right? Or any of the combat sports, right? Now promoters look at how many followers you have on social media because they know you'll be able to sell tickets, right? So they don't look at who you are, where you're from, and blah blah blah. They'll look at your social media. How many followers do you have? If you have a certain amount of followers, you have a lot of followers, that means you could sell tickets, to fights and stuff like that. So everything has changed.
Yeah, that I definitely agree with. It's really sad. It's like you worked your butt off, but now it's all about followers. I'm like, why does that matter? It's like, I don't know. It's sad.
So any plans, anything great since we're now ending the year, Stan?
What are we talking about here?
Like for you, what do you have to look forward to? I mean, we've got Halloween coming up, Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, New Year's. I mean, we're going to be in October soon. What do we have to look forward to from you? Anything upcoming, anything new, anything exciting, or are you just laying low, going to continue to build your business over there at STM Boxing and Fitness?
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, we don't know what to expect because since last year when COVID hit, everything changed, right? And that was just about a year and a half ago. So who knows? They said that back, a few months ago that everything was starting to open up, and now certain places are closing back down again. So I can't really say exactly what to expect because, I have some things that I want to do, but it all depends on what happens in this country. If they're going to shut everything down again in the wintertime because of that COVID, cases might go up again. There's a new variant going out again. So we don't know, we don't know what to expect. Hopefully it doesn't. I hope the numbers don't go back up again because they're going to shut everything down again. So, I mean, COVID changed a lot of things and it still is,
Continue for some more Katniss Everdeen Hunger Games. I told a friend the other day, I think it's going to be a real shit show around the holidays. Not for all of us. I think in general, it's going to be a lot more exacerbated as a meaning of a shit show of what's going to happen. I believe we're going to continue to live our lives, but in general, it's going to be a real fight between the public and the White House. And you
can't watch the news nowadays because the news is going to make you very depressed.
Or angry or anything like that. I mean, it definitely divided us.
Everything that they're telling us to do, like wash your hands, stay away from people you may not know, blah blah blah. You should have already been doing that, a long time ago. When you come home, wash your hands, stay sanitized, eat clean, blah, all that stuff, right? And now because the vaccine came out and people are like, well, I got the vaccine shot and I could do whatever I want to do now. I'm not going to get sick. Doesn't mean you're not going to get sick. You're still going to get sick. You know what I mean? So we don't know what to expect now when winter comes around, I just can't wait till everything gets back to normal again.
Yeah, you and me both.
But then again, what is the normal, Stan?
What is it?
Because here's the thing, the idea of normal is everyone as a collective to be able to live a life and lifestyle that they're accustomed to. So let's say you're able to do that, Anna, and you're able to do that, Stan, but what about your family? What about your friends? What about your clients? That's the thing. That's why people, there is no going back to normal if everyone in the world can be affected by what's going on out there. And like you said, Stan, if family member or friend constantly watching the news, what happens if they fall into depression, addiction, suicide? So it's the idea, I would say, live in a moment, enough with the bullshit, enough with the anger, the childish blaming game and the whining and crying. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your happiness. Instead of bitching and complaining about what you don't have and what you need, look at what you do have and what you need, the people that are in your life, what's bringing you joy and happiness, because one thing that's a guaranteed, no one can duplicate you and no one can duplicate the goodness and the health and wealth that you have and the people that are helping you have that in their life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like what you guys want to go skydiving, go skydiving. You, Stan, and you, Anna, you guys will never, and I don't use that word loosely, you will never have the type of trust and relationship, the companionship, and the experience that you guys have as friends with anyone else. Why? Because, Anna, your divorce is done and over with. It will not be recreated. It will not be relived. Stan, what you went through will not be recreated and will not be relived. So what you've acquired and established for yourselves is that good memory and that good feeling that you have to live for. And within that, instead of trying to find that same feeling somewhere else, cherish what you have together.
You cherish what we have together, Stan?
That's not implying for you two to be dating. I'm just saying, that's the reality of the fact, to where why chase after something else when you already have it? Because the fact of it is you will never get it with that other person, because the relationship and the experiences cannot be duplicated with somebody else.
Yeah.
Sure. I look at it like this, man. You got to make yourself better, right? So don't focus on yourself. Don't worry about other people. Just focus on yourself and make yourself better. Things happen for a reason, and as long as you good things will happen to you.
I agree on that. That's what I've done, and I'm still crushing it. And now I'm doing a whole lot more for myself, and it's becoming like an addiction. Now that I'm so used to it. At first it was scary, but now it's because I'm trying something new and different. And once you do it, it's probably the greatest thing ever. Like, I guess the question I always ask myself is, why didn't I do this sooner?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Well, I know you've got a time crunch today, Stan, so we're going to close out. Would you like to go ahead and give a shout out to anybody right now, Stan?
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to myself, Stan the Man Martyniouk. I want everybody to go follow me on Instagram, Stan the Man 85. I want to thank Steve for having me on the podcast. I want to thank Anna for bringing me on, and thank you for all the listeners who tuned in.
Anna,
Yay.
Any closing thoughts?
So happy to have you on the show, and I know hopefully there'll be more to come. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. So thank you to everyone here and across the world for tuning in live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. I want to thank Anna Maria Kovacs, my new co-host, Stan the Man Martyniouk, a decorated professional boxer who compiled over 100 wins and was ranked number 2 in the country. We've got great things to look forward to from Stan. You can go to his website, stmboxingandfitness.com. And then social media. Stan, you want to drop your social media tags?
Yeah, Instagram, Stan the Man 85. TikTok, Stan Martyniouk. Twitter, STM Boxing, and Facebook, Stan the Man Martyniouk. Steve, I just want to say thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly.
You're welcome.
Because a lot of people have a hard time pronouncing my name correctly, so you did it very good.
I appreciate that, Stan. I wish you a good day. You're more than welcome to come back on anytime. Any good news, anything you want to talk about?
Absolutely.
Any topic
Whenever I have a fight scheduled, I'll definitely like to come on and promote my fight.
And then if you can real quick, Stan, email high resolution photos of you just with you in them over to Anna. So then my team can go put together some little promo clips from this interview.
Oh, for sure.
All right. And then Anna, you can just email them over to me. And
Absolutely.
all right. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. And we hope you have a great weekend. Holidays are coming up. Winter is coming up. I don't know. Is it fall yet? It feels like it on some days. But either way, stay happy, be grateful for the people that are in your life. Stop chasing for what is not real anymore. When you've got great people, when you've got a good attitude, when you just are in a place of safety and comfort to know that you are loved and respected, just stop with the nonsense. Appreciate what you have. Right, Anna?
Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh,
I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, I am too.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.
All right, you guys.